Hi there. That is incredibly distracting lighting upon my face. I think I'm gonna like scooch right here for today's video. I think this is gonna be the angle we take just because it's not as distracting. But yeah, hi, welcome back. So I recently found this weird channel called 5 Minute Crafts that just does a whole bunch of like really weird stuff out in public for no reason. Like from what I've seen, I think I'm like the first person to make a video about them. Like I'm pretty sure like no other YouTuber or just person doing commentary in general has ever talked about 5 Minute Crafts. I think I'm definitely forging a path here that very few people, if any, have taken. So I agree. I am a hero for just the general commentary and YouTube community. But you know, I've never seen anyone talk about these guys. By now, you should be able to tell that I'm joking. Obviously, 5 Minute Crafts is a really notoriously bad channel on the internet that just does really weird and nonsensical stuff. And I'm also aware that I'm like 3 years behind everybody else. Like pretty much all of the good videos on this subject took place in like 2019, and I've only really seen like 2 videos on him since. But I figured, you know what, it's kind of like a rite of passage from what I've seen in like the commentary community to talk about 5 Minute Crafts. And even though, yeah, I'm not necessarily like barking up the newness of content tree, but like I still think it would be pretty fun to talk about these guys. So I figured, you know what, I'm gonna sit down and I'm gonna suffer now so I don't really have to deal with them down the road. I recently found the 5 Minute Craft Snapchat channel, which is kind of embarrassing to say because I'm an almost 24-year-old man who's still using Snapchat. Like I've already sent all the pictures of food that I possibly can in one lifetime, so there's like really no purpose in me still having it. But nonetheless, I was scrolling through and I found the channel. While I was scrolling through, I had this thought process of like, oh, maybe everything I've seen is like intensely cherry-picked, right? Like I wanted to give these guys a chance that maybe like everything I'd seen up to this point, because I really had no experience with the main channel really. I thought, oh, maybe like it's not really all that true. Maybe there's some good and applicable things here. From what I've seen, like 95% of the stuff I'm about to show you is not only like a real solution they propose to everyday situations, but there's literally like a million easier ways to do whatever you're trying to do. Probably the tamest example that I could think of is this video where they talk about how to cut fruits and veggies. And like the basic idea is simple and like it's good, right? Because you're expecting like, okay, here's how you like finely chop onions. Here's how you peel fruits or something, like something really important. And when they start off, they just start off with a humble orange, right? Just look at this picture. Nice, calm, humble orange. This is like one of those compilations of like photos taken seconds before tragedy. What hurts the most was being so close and having so much to say. I'm not a culinary expert, but I don't think you need to cut an orange with 3 points of contact. This is a very stupid way to cut an orange. And I get that the purpose is that it's a garnish for this, side note, very rancidly and poorly cooked fish. Like, look at this guy. Just cut the head off. Give the man some dignity in death. Like, what are you doing, right? But like, I understand the point is to garnish it and have it look like fancy and like a show, right, when you're eating food. But like, I'm going to be more confused by this orange than I am going to be focused on my food, right? I don't need a freaking dodecahedron while I'm trying to eat my food, all right? I'm going to be super confused and then really like, also, you couldn't have used lemon. Like that's probably a better garnish if we're going like the culinary flavors of fish and the acid of lemon. I don't know, but like it's just there's so many things wrong with this specific snippet of this video, and this is like the first 15 seconds. In this second clip that I can only really categorize as further abuse to oranges, they just throw like 5 of them in this like big chopping bowl and then don't put a cover on it and then just like watch them fly away. Like this is nowhere near a hack, and there's not even like, oh, it's this fancy new machine that lets you make orange juice with the whole of the orange. No, it's just like, hey, what would happen if we threw just like 5 oranges in a big blender and then just didn't cover it? Like, it's like, why? And then there's this incredibly terrifying clip that I will never have enough vocabulous knowledge to fully say and like explain, so I'm just gonna show it to you. What hurts the most was being so close and having so much to say and watching you walk away. Hey, you know blenders, those really useful tools that keep you from cutting your fingers when you're making your favorite blended beverages? You know what we're not going to do? Buy one of those. You know what we are going to do, though? We're going to get a circular saw from Leatherface's private collection, cut the hole in the bottom of a pot, toss some strawberries in, put the lid over it, and then just hope for the best, baby. Grip it and rip it. Yahoo! I don't think I need to explain just how stupidly irresponsible that is. I also need to apologize for the loudness of that yeehaw from like 2 seconds ago. That was totally improvised, and I didn't really know I was going to do it until I did it, so I apologize, people with headphones. But, like, I cannot describe how stupid that is to do. Like, what were the producers thinking? Were they just sitting there like, oh, hey, you know what we could do? We could, you know, put up a blender and throw some strawberries in and show them how to make a nice, easy smoothie. And then there was one dude in the back of the room like, yeah, no, we're just gonna put a buzzsaw in a pot and hope for the best, dude. All right, the light has faded and I can now be centered, and you can see my beautiful face. Yeah, so that's like the food portion, and there's like plenty more stuff like that, but I don't want this to be like a 2-hour video. So we're gonna move on to the next subject of my expose, I guess you could say, on 5 Minute Crafts. I don't know. I don't really know what I'm gonna be doing with this, but like, yeah, this is just the next section I wanted to talk about. Next, we have bathroom hacks, and on the surface, it's okay, cool. Like, that's good. Everyone could have a cleaner bathroom. Like, everyone could do well with that. But the first one that I found that stood out to me is just downright blasphemous. Look at this. What hurts the most was being so close and having so much to say. And if you think that I'm going to sacrifice my Herdez chunky red salsa to clean my faucet, you are dead wrong, and you deserve to be jailed for suggesting that I do so. Probably the most infuriating part is that they don't like go any further or explain why it works. It's just like, oh yeah, slather your faucet in salsa. Like, to waste perfectly good food, especially perfectly good Mexican food, are you kidding me? Don't be stupid your whole life. What are you doing? That's such a dumb idea. All right, so the last one I want to talk about is this one from this one episode they did where the premise is that you've been kidnapped and you need to free yourself, which is like pretty important, right? Like, that's kind of a pertinent problem, right? Like, I can understand how that would be important to teach. But they show one method to like get out of being duct taped that is just so incredibly unfeasible that just watch it. Take me away, a secret place, a sweet escape. Take me away to better days. Take me away. How to get out of being restrained by duct tape. Step 1, have the strength of Samson. Are you kidding? Like, did you see how easily he ripped out of that? Now, I understand that in the grand scheme of things, duct tape is not the strongest thing you could restrain someone with. But it's still pretty damn strong. Did you see that Irish jig he did to get out of his ankle restraints? Oh, you'll never get me, Lucky Charms. And then did you see the way he like took off his arm restraints like Superman? Just... All right, look, I'm not an experienced kidnapper, but if I kidnapped someone and I saw them do that, they can go, all right? I'm not going to deal with that guy. I do not want to deal with the man that just did that in like 2 seconds and then just walked off frame like nothing happened. I think that's where I'm going to cut it off today. Not because I want to deprive you of good content. It's just I just bought a circular saw and I cut the hole in the bottom of a pot. So I really want to see if that strawberry hack works. Here's the hoping I still have the same amount of fingers next time that I do today. But yeah, thank you for tuning in. I really appreciate it. Like and subscribe. That's always really appreciated and really cool when you guys do that. So have a good day. Have a good night. Wherever you are, whatever point you are in life, have some good times. Make sure to appreciate life and everything that's in it. And I will see you guys next time.